We are all born lucky. And we are super lucky to have everybody in this room today. We are born lucky because it takes about 9 million different combinations to get us out on this planet in one perfect format. Right? So that's people and data. And we are lucky because we could actually listen to some amazing stories. I don't know if you noticed, we had energy and electricity, something we use every day, we take for granted. And suddenly people in Houston were saying, oh, we don't have energy, we don't have electricity, and then renewables kicked in, battery storage kicked in just about a month back, so that people can have something as basic as electricity. I grew up in India, so I'm used to 8-hour power cuts, but coming here for the last 23 years, haven't experienced anything like that. The second thing was water. How many of us take water for granted? Other than Nandu here, who is a strategy and a marketing guru, where we actually now buy water as against us drinking water from the tap. And I'm told the UK water treatment is actually 3 times better than any other mineral water bottle that we have out there. So we actually had water represented, and thank you, Emily, for sharing your thoughts on how can we get the basics right. And then the third thing, I know there's a lot of discussion about gas and electricity and transition, but we still use a lot of gas, and brace yourself for us. Hopefully not so strong winter, but we will have gas coming to our life very soon. So Anthony, great show. Thank you for sharing your insights, because without all that street works that you drive, without the right equipment, we will not have a warm house. There we are. And then finally, Grant, traffic lights. Just absolutely love that. Whether you are driving driverless car or whether you are actually driving a car, you cannot avoid a traffic light. And thanks for reminding us the complexity in which we live. I couldn't even imagine that you have so many things to think about: carbon, fines, people, traffic management, ambulances. I'm sure there was a story in there which will be over here. So these are all things that we experience in our day-to-day life, and we just take it for granted. But when you peel the layer, the next layer is lot and lot of complexity. So Shrey told me that I have to fill into Vibhu's shoes, and I just can't. He was the first 50 Googlers, so I can't even imagine what a net worth is like. And the man launched Google Maps. So how many of us know that actually the Google technology was much, much inferior than TomTom when they launched it? TomTom was pretty good, right? Yeah. Bikers in the room, come on. Garmin, TomTom was much better.
Uber used TomTom first.
There you go. But what was the advantage that Google had over anybody else?
Data.
Users. Thank you. Power of data, users. Data comes from users, by the way. We are the product. And there is no shame when Google says that. On day one, when they launched Google Maps, there were 100 million users. They had the fortune of doing an A/B testing on 50 million and another 50 million. How many companies can actually boast of that user base and that data usage? And today, it's the #1 search tool for anybody traveling anywhere. Not to find where you have to go, but to find the best cafe, the best restaurant, the best place to be. And that is the power of data. It's nothing to do with software engineering. A lot of people talk about AI, they think software. I need to hire software engineers to write AI software. Yes, you need to write the infrastructure, but it's all about data. And our story started kind of there. My background is building networks. So I grew up as a telecoms engineer, literally installing networks in the field. And then suddenly in 2013, we said, what if we can make data quality look good? And we had no clue what we were going to do. 2013, there was no Snapchat, there is no TikTok. People talk about Vyntelligence, they think about videos. Why would people make videos? It's very simple. It's high fidelity data. It's the highest quality of data that anybody can produce. But we went to the valley, met people from Google, they said, you're crazy. Video is for entertainment. Video is for learning. Why would you use it in the enterprise? But when you combine the two, the outcome is very, very beautiful. And then you start to think of, what can I do with it? Well, I can send a video of a leak in my house as against calling a contact center. How many of us like to hold on a contact center call? Nobody, right? For 4 or 5 leading water companies now, their customers, which is half of UK consumers today, can actually send a video using our technology, and it automatically triages whether it's a leak, it's a flood, it's inside, it's outside. What's the outcome? A happier customer, less resource on the operations and the maintenance team, and call deflect on the contact center. So that's one simple game-changing idea where even without AI, you can add a lot of value. But if you add AI, because we now collected data over the last 5 years, you can start to make a big change. That's the power of AI and data. A small quiz, trivia. How many neurons do you think we have in a human body?
Millions.
100,000.
Million? Did I hear million?
Millions.
Billion? Okay, go on. 90 billion. These are the amount of sensors we have in our body, and hence we are all intelligent people, right? So simple. 4 years back, when OpenAI started, the model that they created could only take 100 variables. 100 variables, you can solve a problem. Simple, right? Put in a model, give it 100 variables, and it will spit out an outcome. In 4 years, guess how many variables can an OpenAI LLM model process? Any takers?
100,000.
90 billion.
Absolutely, 90 billion. So now we're even keen. You know, somebody say AI is scary. It is. Because now we're even keen with the machine. The machine can process as good or as well as a human being. But what is the machine lacking that we have and they don't?
Empathy.
Intelligence, thank you. Emotion. Go on, Mira.
EQ.
EQ, emotional intelligence, very good. It's data. It's quality data. So if you look at ChatGPT, which is what I was expected to talk about, ask a question that Colin would ask about wastewater or operations maintenance in the water industry. What would ChatGPT say? I have no clue. What are you talking about? And that's where the data comes from, the people working on the ground. All we are doing is trying to collect that data systematically, so you don't replace human beings. We heard Carlos say, right, 3 million more people to be brought into Europe to service solar farms, wind farms. I'm sure UK is not a number very much behind. Same sets of electricians, plumbers, civil workers, street workers, skilled, right? Everybody's going after the same workforce. So the idea for AI is not to replace the human being. Idea is to augment, assist, enable, empower the human being. And that's where, if you combine the two, and I think now the jury is out after 1 year of hype on Gen AI, without the human in the loop, the Gen AI is actually quite poor. You know, we can't do much with it. And this is where the journey has just started. And I want to just leave you with that thought. 90 billion neurons, this will not stop at 90 billion. We will not get more neurons, trust me. With that, enjoy the drink. Thank you very much for coming in. Have a wonderful evening, and I'm hoping the exchange will continue, because you know, if you want to talk about water, gas, electrics, traffic lights, who to get to. Thank you again, and enjoy the afternoon.